Let's get you up to speed on the stories you need to know as you start your day. A scare at a high school in Peoria where police arrested a student with a loaded gun in his backpack. This happened yesterday at Centennial High. We're told the 16-year-old boy admitted to having the gun after he was busted for smoking weed in a bathroom. Police say the student did not make any threats against anyone.
I'm Bianca Bono. A Mesa man accused of sexually assaulting two babysitters taking the stand in his own defense. Dion Earl is accused of sexually assaulting two babysitters weeks apart when they were 18 and 21 years old. Earl's testimony continues today when the prosecution is slated to have a chance to cross-examine him.
Phoenix Police Chief Jerry Williams says members of her department will be trained on ways to better respond to people suffering with mental illness. This new policy comes on the heels of an encouraging statistic. There have been just 9 police shootings by Williams' department so far this year. Phoenix PD is on pace for a 10-year low after last year's record-breaking 44 shootings. A Scottsdale mansion is hardly standing after a fire near Pima and Westland Roads. You're looking at the scene. Sky 12 flew over it yesterday. Firefighters told us extreme heat caused that roof to collapse, which prevented crews from getting inside to put out the fire. As far as we know, though, nobody was hurt. You're now up to speed. You can always get the latest news on our website, 12news.com, and on the free 12 News app.